Holyoke, Massachusetts, and this is a video that's going to supplement and complement a video made by Harry Craven of Highline Hardware. It was released April 2nd, 2024. It's about an hour long, hour and 2 minutes long, and it's a series of photographs made into a video where Harry Craven talks over it and describes this is the address he gives. He says it's in this state. It's going to be taken down in a couple months, and it states who lived there, or what if it was a business, what business was in there. And this happened during an urban renewal program in 1968, 1969. And it's good to watch that video. It's not a true video. Remember, it's a series of photographs. In 1968, photographs weren't that great, but he did a good job of making it because he voiced right over and described everything that happened. And some of the people he knew, and a lot of businesses he knew too. And so we're going to go over the streets that are relevant. You can see that they're going to be empty, and I can show you what put in and what was taken out. But if you really want to see the originals, go to his video. All right, now to our right is General Thaddeus Kosciuszko Park. A little bit lower from this park, down Lyman Street, there used to be the Kosciuszko Club, and that was taken down as part of the urban renewal. This is a federal government program to get rid of old buildings and replace them with more livable buildings, supposedly. Well, here's Pulaski Heights Apartments, and brutalism architecture, and that great name because it's brutal, but it's its own style. And you can see about 10 floors of apartments. Then they replaced a big Dillon apartment that was right around here. Now we're on Maple Street, and we're going down by the Mater Della Rosa School. And believe it or not, there used to be an extra street in here going east to west. It was right here, and its name was Prospect Street. And it went from 2 blocks downwards to the east and 4 blocks westward. And it was a street you went into the park with. You can't see it, there's no more entrance, but you can kind of make out that there must have been something here, because there's a straight path there with lights, with sidewalks, with trees, and you get that much more of a sense of that as you go in the other direction. So I'll show you that. But this is Pulaski Park. It used to be called Prospect Park, and that's why it's called Prospect Street. And it was called that because you get a great view of the mountain ranges on both sides of the river, and a lot of people love coming here. Now, you'll get a better sense of this Prospect Street. It was right here. Straight greenway. This is straight. Just look at the street lights. Look at the trees on both sides. Look at the sidewalks on both sides. There's a street right through here, and you can tell. So they just took it out. Now, Mater Della Rosa School here in 1959. It replaced the Perpetual Help Church that was here, and thus it was not part of urban renewal at all. It replaced it because Mater Della Rosa wanted their own modern school. Now we're coming up to the former convent for Mater Della Rosa on the right. It's still the administration headquarters for Our Lady of the Cross, or the Holy Cross Church. Now we're going down the street that nowadays is called St. Colby Drive. St. Colby Drive doesn't have much on it besides the social center and some condominiums on both sides. Its name was Fountain Street until 1969. During urban renewal they changed it, and it's named after Father Colby, who became a saint because he gave up his life so that 10 men can be saved during World War II. He told the Nazis, "Don't take those men, take me instead," and he ended up having to starve to death. Now you can see that some things replaced it, but not as much. If you look at the video that Harry Craven made, you'll get to see a lot of the buildings on this street, and you had a different feel. It's kind of empty street now. There are some condominiums, but they're kind of spaced out much more. Now, if you would come out here 50 years ago, half century ago, you would have found this was Elm Street. It all went all the way into the park. And you had apartments and businesses back here. But you don't have them anymore. They're gone. And again, do you get a sense that the street came right through here? The sense that Prospect Street went through? Yes. Lights, trees on both sides. The sidewalk's gone. There used to be a pool down there, and there used to be the Holyoke Ice Company down there. All right. So this Arbor Way used to be part of Elm Street. And we're going to try to cover every street that was taken out. There were 3 east-west streets and 3 north-south streets taken out. And so we'll try to cover them, but we can't cover Prospect Street. It's totally gone. So what we're doing is we're covering Maple and then two ones left of the east-west streets. Okay, and in front of you is Walnut Street. So Walnut Street, come in this direction. We'll come down it, but this whole corner was packed with businesses. All right, there were businesses and there were apartment complexes. There were wooden-clad homes. They were all taken down in the name of progress, called urban renewal. Well, you can probably guess I don't agree with what they did, but it was done. Now we're on Lyman Street. And we're covering up here for a reason, at least on this street I'm showing you, because this wasn't taken down. This was part that was left up, but you gotta get a sense on both sides of the street what used to be on those other streets. And that's important to see. You want to get a sense of what it must have been like. It was at the edge of St. Jerome's Church campus, at the edge of Veterans Park, and sandwiched right in between beautiful Pulaski Park. Oh, there it is. Something must happen up here. Okay, now we're going to go down Walnut Street. Right, and you get to see another apartment complex taken out during urban renewal. It's now called Zielinski Apartments at 70 Walnut Street. And you also get to see the Edgewater condominiums. Right, and these are matched by other condominiums towards the eastern side. Okay, so back on Lyman Street, and you can see here the Polish Delicatessen. Can you imagine as many businesses and homes you see on this side were matched on the left-hand side with more businesses and homes. But they were taken out and they were replaced. And so now we're going to go on to Chestnut Street. On Chestnut Street, you can see this street went all the way into the park. On our left-hand side is the Prospect Heights Apartments. So 3 big apartment complexes are put in, one in a brutalist style, and the other is in a much simpler style. And then this empty parking lot to your right that belonged to the Mother Delaware Church itself, taken down about 7 years ago and not replaced. So what happened? Well, maybe this will never be done again, but in the 60s, people wanted to renew the country, urban renewal. And it happened over and over again across the whole country, in large cities and medium-sized cities. And Holyoke had it twice, and this was one of them. So I hope you get to see the movie I mentioned, Harry Craven, and it was put up on YouTube by a member of Holyoke Preservation Trust, and you'll get to see the old buildings. So this is as a compliment to it, and I hope you get the view. Thank you very much.